You have to believe that you're the shit and say it with pride. How to believe in yourself is not as hard as you think it is. Did you hear what I said? It's not as hard as you think it is. Hi, welcome back to my channel and let's get right into the video for today. I can't sit here and tell you how to believe in yourself because I'm also riddled with self-doubt. Hell, even the birth of this channel, starting this channel, was from pure impulsivity and a burst of motivation. So I don't think I can sit here and tell you how to believe in yourself, but I actually think it's a blessing in disguise because I know exactly what the struggle feels like. I think that I am in the perfect position to share with you exactly what works for me in believing in ourselves. The number one thing that I've been learning about and trying to understand and making success at understanding is the voice in your head. It's not your biggest critic. It sounds like it is, but it isn't. That voice in your head that gives you all the self-doubt, all the self-deprecation and puts you down, that voice, you're meant to make that voice your friend and not your enemy. The reason why I'm saying make that voice your friend and not your enemy is for several reasons I'm going to touch on. Number one, it's actually there to challenge you. When it puts you down and gives you all the reasons why you cannot succeed and why you shouldn't believe in yourself, it's a challenge to see how bad you want it. So what are you going to do? Are you going to sit and mope and cope and say, oh my God, the voice in my head doesn't want me to get up and go out and do the things that I want to do? Or are you going to take it as a challenge and say, okay, bet, you don't think I can? I'm going to show you that I fucking can. You don't have to do that so literally, but depends on how you speak to yourself, and sometimes you just have to speak to yourself the way that you speak to yourself. So no, that voice is not your enemy, it's your friend. It's the kind of friend who tells you the undiluted truth, the kind of friend that pushes you to your absolute best, doesn't sugarcoat, is brutally honest. But this friend is kind of pathetic in a sense because this friend hasn't figured out how to word their good intentions in a way that is received as good intentions. Oh my God, I can't start that channel. Why? What is the reason? I can't show up on camera. I don't think I look good. I don't think I'm eloquent in the way that I speak. All of these things can be learned. Do you want to learn them is the question. The voice is your friend, number two, because it shows you the area that you're supposed to grow in. It doesn't just, give you a pat on the back and say, A for effort, my baby, even if you haven't put in the effort. It's literally there to say, you want success. What makes you think you can get success when you haven't hammered down on what you eat? When you haven't hammered down on how you treat others? What makes you think that you deserve it? It's literally there as a pointer to help you see the areas that you should grow in, to take all of the things that you are and that you aren't, and all the things that you want to be, and merge it all together and accept that for yourself. It sounds ridiculous, I know, but all of these things I just mentioned leads to what? Self-acceptance. When you can truly accept yourself for that which you are, aren't, and want to be, that's where this undiluted belief and absolute reverence for yourself, that's where that births from, that's where that comes from. But how can you believe in yourself when you haven't accepted yourself? And accepting yourself isn't and doesn't mean not to grow. It doesn't mean not to accept change. It doesn't mean that your shit smells like roses and daisies and my shit smells like, I don't know what's going to smell like, maybe chocolate, because I'm, chocolate. But that's not what I'm trying to say at all. When you accept yourself, you accept your shortcomings, you accept where you can grow in, you accept your vision, you accept where you're headed, you accept the journey, the process, and then you get to fucking work. And I know that everyone hates the word work, but you can't really have anything if you're not willing to put in a little bit of effort for it. And if you don't put in effort, then you wouldn't really appreciate it now, would you? I'm technically the perfect example right now. I'm riddled with self-doubt and showing up on camera is so hard for me to do because in the back of my mind, I'm like, will people think I'm weird? Am I saying things that are coming off weird? Am I doing this? Am I doing that? But you know what? I just got up one day, which was the day that I was super impulsive to start this channel, and say, I don't give a flip about how anyone's going to perceive me on camera. Do you know why? Because I actually like me when I'm alone, when I'm with my family, when I'm with my friends. I think I have insightful things to share. I think that I am brilliant. I think I'm a fucking genius. And How would anybody get to know that if I'm consistently running and hiding myself away from putting in the effort to show this to the world? And yes, there are people who wouldn't appreciate me, who wouldn't see what I see in myself, but why should that be my concern? I sort of got tired of putting my own self down, and I'm like, fuck it. No, like literally, fuck it. Like, what do I really have to lose? Other than my self esteem, obviously, but what else do I have to lose? I'm actually gaining something by believing in myself so much to start this channel. I don't know what the future holds. I don't know if this channel is going to do well. I literally know nothing. But it teaches you something going after what you want. It teaches you that you have a lot of resilience and strength inside of you. And the most beautiful thing about believing in yourself is you're able to see those who actually want to support you. And mind you, it's not going to be everybody. Most people would not want to support you. Why? Because most people are afraid of stepping into who they really are. They're afraid of taking life by its fucking balls. They are afraid of being their truest, most authentic version of themselves because it is a scary thing to do. So, yes, you're going to lose so many people along the way only because you believe in yourself, but that is not the focus. The focus is not on other people, which is where I think a lot of us struggle with self doubt or social anxiety. That's what we have stuck and embedded in our brains. The focus is on other people, but the focus has to be rerouted to us. The route should lead to us. We are the focus. The belief is for us. How other people perceive it literally has zero anything to do with us. And the question is, why would you want anybody that doesn't believe in see your magic to be around you? Why would you want that? Yes, they're going to call you weird or you're hippie. They're going to call you this. They're going to call you that. Or whatever they make up under the sun, under the cloudy sky on a beautiful autumn day. Who gives a flying fuck? And I say that respectfully. From the bottom of my heart, I say that with so much love. Who gives a fuck? Why would you give a fuck over that? I'm not going to say that we would never give a fuck because we will give many fucks. So who gives a fuck? Genuinely, like, really, who does give a fuck if no one's going to support you or believe in you or call you weird or say whatever they want to say? If you sum it up, all the people that have said nasty things about you, there's been what, 500 people? There are 8 billion in the world. That's not even a fraction. That's not even a drop in the ocean. I do have to mention, it's technically impossible to not give a fuck unless you're psycho or sociopath. So that's not what I'm saying, because you will give a fuck. What I'm saying is take it in just like noise. Take in the fucks that people are trying to give to you to have, and just be like, okay, well, that just means that you don't see my vision. That just means that you don't see where I'm going. That just means that in this particular moment, you're not going to support me. And you know what? That's perfectly fine. Doesn't mean that in the future I wouldn't show up and be a good person to you, because in all honesty, you not supporting me is actually adding more fuel to my fire. It's making me want to get to where I need to be quicker. So thank you. This is how I make sense of the world. Like, this is how I see it. It's technically is just words. If somebody can tell you, I think that you're weird, I think that you're ugly, I think that you would never make it, those are words, right? And words are spells, right? So that person's technically casting a spell on you. But why can't you then cast a spell on you? If they can say that to you, then why can't you say, I'm special? I'm a fucking genius. I'm unique. The world is going to know my name. The world is going to listen to what I have to say. Why can't you say those things about yourself if somebody else is confident enough and believes in themselves enough to tell you that about you? I must reiterate, none of this has anything to do with being cocky, arrogant, self-serving, self-absorbed. In a way, you might be a little bit self-absorbed, but the key here is balance, believing in yourself, and still being able to uplift those around you. How to believe in yourself is believing that you're absolutely here for something special, because you are special, because you are a superstar, because you are confident, because you are deserving, because you are unique. Anybody else who's yapping in your ear that that's not what you should believe about yourself, the question is why? The world is so big and vast. I can believe in anything that I want to believe in. Why can't I believe in that? Why do I have to believe in something that makes me feel like shitty about myself? I'm not going to tell you anything like change your environment, visualize your future, and yada yada yada, because all of those things do nothing if deep down inside of you you have zero belief in yourself and your goals and your dreams and where you're headed. And why? Well, it's very simple, because when you do believe in yourself, all of these things will come naturally to you. Taking the small intentional steps, visualizing what your future self is going to look like, developing your inner confidence, trusting yourself and letting go of the process, surrounding yourself with positivity. All of these things are the byproducts of believing in yourself. All of these things will come when you do believe in yourself. But starting to have any of these things is to first of all go to the root cause. And the root cause in your life is your self-doubt, stopping you from believing that you're special, believing that you have a purpose in this world, that there's a reason why you're here, there's something that you're meant to do in this world. Your self-doubt and your lack of belief in yourself is what is stopping you from actualizing these things. Up close and personal, because I need you to hear this. There will be situations that will make you doubt yourself, but the key is, how would you pivot from situations like this? Even if you have the utmost self-belief in yourself and you really do have this inner confidence and you trust the process and you're surrounded by positivity, self-doubt is sort of part of the bargain. It's part of the deal. You can't eradicate self-doubt, but you can't feed into self-doubt either. You have to keep trucking ahead. You have to keep your eye on the prize, tunnel vision, no matter what the noise is, even if it's external, internal. Compartmentalize and keep trucking ahead. The truth is, when you do this, when you absolutely start to believe in yourself, you will find the people that would support you. But you have to believe in yourself first and voice it. Show up so that the people who are meant to support you, who are meant to come along with you, who see your vision, so that they themselves can find you. None of these connections would happen if you stay stuck in this belief pattern that does nothing for you, especially on days where you have self-doubt. Kind of like today. I had a shitty day yesterday. I cried myself to sleep because I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing with your life, Angelica? And I woke up this morning and I said, no, I'm not going to do that, because I believe in myself. I believe in where I'm going. And one bad day does not determine where my future is going to head to. And that was the message that came into my heart this morning. Self-belief. And that's what I'm sharing with you today. Most of the time, like I mentioned, it has nothing to do with our inner critic. So I like to call it. Our inner critic is born from like the people that are around us and the things that they say to us about who we are and what we should do and where they think that we're going. So I want you to then look around you and at the people who are trying to put you down, who are trying to instill self-doubt in you. Just block them out. They are literally a speck of dust. They mean nothing. In the bigger grand scheme of things, they mean absolutely nothing to your journey, your process, and where you're going. Why would you give them that sort of power over you to dictate what you do with yourself and how you see yourself? That's ridiculous, isn't it? Believing in yourself is power, and nobody likes a powerful person, and that is just the truth. And this is why, no matter what is happening around you, you need to cancel out the noise and still tap into the belief that you have in yourself, because nobody is going to believe in you more than yourself. And if you do not believe in yourself enough, how then do you reckon that other people are going to then see this vision and see this amazing thing that's in you that you don't even see in yourself yet, or even at all? And this is how to believe in yourself. And that's it for today's video. I hope that you've learned something new, you've learned something worthwhile. I hope that you've learned how to believe in yourself going forward. That's it for today. See you guys in my next video. Okay, bye.